All right. Well, that's actually what my class is on today, getting engaged in things. All right. So no class next Wednesday because I will be at ExpCon. Um, and I think that's really all I have for you guys before I jump in. So getting engaged, and I do not mean getting married. Some of us are married, some of us have been married, some of us will run from it. That's okay. We're not talking about getting married, so that's totally fine. So Mr. Beercamp's going to join us here. So agenda, accountability is a must. Brand new agents need extra help. Your local association offers classes too, and go to big events. So we're going to talk about, in today's landscape and market conditions, it is important that we always be learning and engaging. You need to do more to hold yourself accountable to higher standards and be willing to work harder than in the past years. So for new agents, this is the best time for you guys to learn, in my opinion, because you're not learning any old habits, any bad habits. And if you guys can make it in this industry at this time, it will be, easy for you moving forward. And I don't know if you guys heard this, but today the rates literally went up by 1% between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock this morning. 8.25 is what I was just told by my lender as I was talking to him before I jumped on this call. My buddy Jason Thompson. I haven't heard from Stacey Medinas yet, but I'm sure she probably has similar information. So let's talk about accountability as a must. You guys should all be having some form of accountability. We have an accountability group here in this office on Monday mornings at 9 a.m. It is a great opportunity for you guys to come in, rub shoulders with others, a little iron sharpens iron. It is also an opportunity for you guys to talk about what you're working on and hold yourself accountable. No one in here is going to say, hey, Teresa, you said you were going to do X and you didn't do it and you're a loser. They might say, hey, Teresa, this is what you said you're working on. How can we help you to get there? So whether you get into an accountability group of, you have a best friend, a business partner that you are talking with on a regular basis, someone that you literally are setting goals with and you are challenging one another. It could be a small group of women trying to empower each other. It could be a couples group, whatever it takes for you guys to be accountable to one another. I can guarantee you that you will be better off and you will move quicker through the process of being a better agent if you have that accountability. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Also, Kelly's watching the screen, so I had to shrink up the pictures so I can't really see you guys, but you can put a chat and all that kind of good stuff if you have any questions. So accountability is a must. You guys have got to be accountable to someone. It is the thing that is absolutely going to take you guys to the next level, especially in today's market. All right. So the way to get started is to quit talking about it and begin doing. Eric Thorne is joining us. So that's the other thing is a lot of us, me included, talking about the things I want to do and how I want to do them. But if you do not get started and take that very first step and start making small steps moving forward, you are just going to continue to talk about it. That's why I said that accountability is super important. When you tell someone that you are going to do something, then they can ask you, can I toe the line? Can I hold you to that you're going to be doing that thing? So, what classes should I be doing? So if brand new, just in case you guys do not know, we have a mentor group that is 2 times a week. It's on Zoom, and it's for those folks that are newer. And the reason I'm kind of sharing with this, you guys, is I have some of those newer folks that are in this class. We also have some of the mentors and coaches. But for you guys as agents, as you are out there talking to other agents, as you are out making recruiting calls, whatever it is, you can easily say to someone that says, hey, I'm brand new, I'm really not getting the coaching or mentoring that I need. You can say, hey, come get engaged with this class that we offer. All you have to do is send me their email and phone number. I will add them into the database and I will get them on the drip so that they are getting information about when those classes are, what's going on with those classes. So we have those 2 times a week. They are on Wednesdays and Fridays. And for those people that are not making it, they are being recorded and then they get sent out to that group. Now, keep in mind, even if you are an agent that's been around for a little while, maybe you're just not doing a lot of deals and you just want a refresher, anybody can join in, jump on, check it out, and share with us. And then, of course, also for you guys that are out there, have done deals, been in the business a while, that would like to become mentors, it is a great opportunity for you guys to jump in, be one of the coaches and mentors on the group. All right. So we're also doing some field trips for those new agents that, EXP has great information that is shared with them through what's called the launch program. And it has great information. It is a slideshow. There's some videos. There's a little bit of audio of someone reading the information. But realistically, for an agent to truly be able to be the best that they can be, they've got to engage in the actual day-to-day work of being a real estate agent. And that means, how do I show a property? How to open a lockbox? How do I do an open house? How do I show a buyer a house? What are some of the things I should be talking about as we're walking through the house, And with different mentors, we're going to have different styles and different ways of promoting things. And some people will get to see from other mentors, other coaches. They'll get a little bit of opportunity to see, hey, I like Gary's style, or I like Amy's style, or Steve's style, or whatever it is. So a couple of the things that I want you guys to know about for those brand new agents. And then also for the local association, we always recommend Placer Association Realtors, but whether you're a SAC, Eldorado, Yellow, Sutter, Yuba, whatever, the Association Realtors has a great level of customer service, in my opinion, up in Rockland. And then they offer an amazing group of classes. It's about a little more than half the year, about 35 to 40 classes each week on Fridays. 35 to 40 classes throughout the year. So, 3 weeks out of the 4 months, 3 weeks out of 4 for each month. I was the head of the education committee for about a year and a half. Stacy Medina was on it with me. There's been some other folks on it. And to go to PCAR from 11:30 to 1, it's like an hour and a half, to be able to get lunch and get a great speaker for $5 to $10, even if you are a member of SAC or, like I said, Eldorado, whatever. Placer just happens to offer that. It is another way for you guys to engage and get in front of other agents, get some collaboration time, possibly go out and talk to people about what their goals are for next year, maybe see if they're not happy with their broker, just things for you guys to engage and walk through. Any questions yet? I feel like I'm talking really, really fast. All right, so events. The reason I kind of brought this up today is because there's an event coming next week. I happen to mention it. And you guys need to be going to events like that, especially in today's marketplace. It is super important. There are one-day events, there's several day events like we're having next week, and then there's those once-in-a-lifetime events. And so one-day events, usually local, maybe, the Bay Area might drive for an hour or two and go catch a 4, 6, maybe even an 8-hour session. And you can bring a friend, grab another agent, grab your favorite lender, whatever, and be able to go to those events, take someone with you, and be able to engage with that person, as well as engaging and hearing what other people have to offer. There are coaches that offer them. There are lenders that will offer them. There's brokerages that will offer them. Like I said, local associations will offer them. There is so many opportunities for you guys to engage and go learn different strategies. There is strategies on assumable loans. There's strategies on rate buy downs. There's strategies on foreclosure or wholesaling or flipping. Those are things that you may be interested in. And even if you're not specifically interested in it, or you don't want it to be a part of your business plan, the chances are you may run into a buyer or seller that says, hey, I want to know about flipping. And therefore you'll have that basic information to be able to share with them. Will increase your education. It'll increase your knowledge in that area. And it will also give you great confidence when you're talking about that specific type of event, or you're trying to share with them, your knowledge and information on that type of transaction. So there's also, like I said, several day events. You guys have not heard of these. These are the EXP things that we have every year. So we have Cabo 24 coming up, EXPCon, and then Build 24. There will be other things that happen. And there are, like I said, there are coaching companies that offer events. And there are many ways for you guys to go out and get that information. And keep in mind, real estate is what we do, but education for yourself, for your future. There could be things that are health and wellness. There could be things on, how to be a coach. There's other things you guys can do that will help increase your, like I said, knowledge, skill set, and really level up your business and your confidence so that you can become back and be a better agent. So several day events. I'm going to highly recommend this to you guys. They usually require you to travel out of area. They give you the opportunity to turn off from your daily activities and soak in the culture of the event. Or you guys can make it a family affair. I know a lot of people that go and do the event for 3 days, but they have their family come in a couple days later, or maybe even go with them. Sometimes, if you got your spouse, will hang out with the kids by the pool and get to spend some quality time together. And then you guys can take a couple of extra days after, before. I know a lot of people that do that. That way you're still writing off a portion of it for business, and you get to do a nice vacation. So EXPCon is in Vegas, maybe not the best place to bring kids, but Cabo 24 for you guys, that is, I want to say it's end of March, early April. I could be wrong. It might be early March. But if you guys start looking into that now, it is an amazing opportunity. Hotel Ziva is truly mind-blowing. It's right there on the ocean. There is like 5 pools. There's 7 restaurants. It is a great place to, like I said, go and engage. You're getting 3 or 4 hours of business there, but then the rest of the time you're networking, you're hanging out by the pool, you can spend time with family. It is a great opportunity, like I said, to kind of mix both things together. And then there's other once in a lifetime events. If you guys have ever been to something like a Tony Robbins, Unleash the Power Within, he has like 7 or 8 different events, and they go up and we're talking big money. I mean, they could be as much as $100,000. Unleash the Power Within is about $1,000, and you get to go immerse yourself. And it is 12 to 14 hours every single day, but it is all about changing your mindset. I personally walked on hot coals in San Jose, walked on fire ultimately. And it was just a mindset thing. It was a time of life for me. It was one of those once in a lifetime events. I probably wouldn't do it again unless I was going through some other life change again, which I hope not. But you can overcome major obstacles from your past, just get mindset and really become a different person in how you look at things, life, whatever. And then I know events that are centered around wellness and mental health. There are lots of opportunities for you guys to go out, like I said, and experience those things. And really, more than anything else, these are those things that will change your mindset, change the way you look at things, and can be massive breakthroughs. You guys haven't met Amy Tremaine yet. She does some coaching, and she does a lot of mindset things that will help change the way you look at things, how you process through things. So that's something we'll get to at a later date. But like, these events are ultimately like super immersive coaching sessions. And that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys today. So your real estate career, if you choose to make it, is different than any other job you've had. And really, for most people, this isn't a job. It is a career. It's a lifestyle. So it gives you a chance to learn about yourself. You're not going to a job. You're not going to a place where you punch in a clock and you do what the boss asks you to do. This is a chance for you guys to embrace life, to really help so many people make an amazing purchase and a life change for themselves, whether they're moving up, moving down, whatever. But it gives you guys a chance to really learn a lot about yourselves, engage in self-discovery, and helps you guys to be the most amazing person you can be, which ultimately in the end will lead to, being great at your career, and then ultimately can lead to some amazing financial things as well. So that's all I got for you guys today. That's my whole bit, my presentation. What questions do you guys have?
That was great.
It's just something I don't think people talk about. So
I like that you broke down the events of like what's like there's like little events and then there's a couple day events. And there's I've been looking into things a lot like certifications and different events like that too.
yeah.
And they have, once you get designations or certifications, then they have special group events with just those people. Imagine going to an event with just the people, like a really small event. And now you're building these relationships that add to referrals. It's like super smart. So
Yep, very, very true. At EXPCon, there'll be certifications in luxury and REO, short sell, referral network, and there'll be some other things that they do as well. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. And if you guys, like I said, if you don't get it to this one, I just want to put it in your mind. I want to make sure that we're promoting it to you guys. These really are opportunities for you guys to go out and engage with people. Yes, most of EXPCon is obviously EXP. There are people that are coming from other companies that are looking at it because they want to understand the culture, but it is a opportunity for you guys to learn from the top people across the United States, Canada, other countries that are going to be coming here to learn from an agent that's closing 1,000 transactions in Florida. What does that agent do? Well, that agent's going to share information with you that you can possibly bring back here to our local area and implement here so that you can be the best you can be here. Any other questions? I have one more thing to share with you guys. Dave, you and Tracy, I just don't get the whole eyeball thing. I got to be honest. It's where your camera is. Now you look better. Sorry, I got to tease you guys. All right, I'm going to share something with you guys. It's a little bit different from what I just shared, but if you guys have not heard of Kyle Whistle, he is my man crush. He is an EXP agent down in San Diego. They do like $1.5 billion in sales every year. And I watch his podcast all the time. And he threw this out there. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to steal this information because I like to steal stuff, research and develop, rip off and duplicate. So I'm going to share with you guys one more thing. Everybody know what the D's are? How do I turn off my screen now? Hold on a second, guys. Sorry, I gotta figure out how to.
Is it view option?
Exit slideshow. There we go. Okay, exit slideshow. So I created this little Word doc. So you guys all know what the D's are in real estate? Yes, no, maybe so. I know you guys aren't. I didn't want to show it just yet.
Nope.
So, okay, that's all I was looking for. So do you need more listings? I would say we all do, and ultimately I think that the market does. So you should know the D's. What are the things that cause people to sell? And here they are. It's divorce. Keep in mind, a divorce situation might be a way to get a listing and get two purchases if they're both going in separate directions. Another thing is debt. I actually had a client reach out about a week ago. I finally connected with them yesterday. We've been playing a little phone tag, and they're actually selling their house. They have a great interest rate at like 3 1/8 or 3.875, but they're like, hey, we have 100,000 in equity, and we're gonna sell our house. We're gonna pay off all of our debt, and then we're gonna finish up the last 2 years with no debt. We're gonna stay in a family house, and we're going to save up some money, and we're ultimately getting ready to retire, and they're moving out of state. So they're selling their house just to pay off their debt. Another thing is I've got people that have been reaching out to me. They're looking for people that are in default. So there are people that go through divorce, get sick. There's lots of different things that happen. Maybe they just bought into too much house. Maybe they got one of those, higher interest rates, and they're realizing I just can't afford this payment. Even though my debt to income ratio shows I can, based on my lifestyle, I just can't, afford it. The other one is deployment. So we love our veterans, but they move often. You may want to become someone that's a specialist in veterans, working with veterans, because the VA loan is pretty amazing. We may not have anybody specifically in Sacramento, but there are several bases within an hour of here, and oftentimes they choose to live here and then commute to those places. Diapers. Families are growing, so they need bigger homes. And then, of course, the opposite of that is downsizing. Empty nesters may not need a 3,000 square foot home anymore with 5 bedrooms. They're like, hey, it's time to downsize. Let's move to a 55 and over community. There are things like that. And then distance. Kids are grown up, moved out. Some folks want to be closer to grandkids, or they're moving to be closer to work. And then, of course, unfortunately, the thing that happens all the time in our lives is there's always death. So mom and dad have passed, an aunt and uncle, whoever, and the kids don't want to be landlords. So they're like, hey, let's sell the house. We're dealing with one of these. We just listed it. The father's passed away. The kids are selling the house so they can have their inheritance and move on to whatever that they want to do. And then dictators. So many folks are moving out of the area because they want to deal with the political you know,
Landscape.
landscape that we have here. So I see people moving out of state on a regular basis. So most of the above information can be found through different websites, but think about it. These are all areas that you could become a specialist in. For divorce, working with obviously attorneys. Default, there's a way to research that. Deployment, there's a way to get in touch with people that have VA loans. There are several ways to find people that are you know, having diapers, families growing. There's a way to look up marriages, people that are downsizing. You can find people that have been in their house for 20 plus years. The kids are all moved up and grown. There's a way for you guys to look up death. So people that have trust, people that are in probate, and political. I mean, there's ways for you guys to look at Facebook groups and find out who's leaving California and why. So this was something else I just wanted to share with you guys. Kelly has a question.
Not a question.
Or a comment.
Regarding the death and the probate,
Yep.
that might be a good place to plug Bill Heyman's services, which is less expensive and less time consuming.
Yep. So just in case you guys don't know who Bill Heyman is, William Heyman. He's one of the guys in our office. He's always here on Monday Accountability. He's got gray hair. He's always got a cool mustache going on, and he loves to race cars. But besides that, he's also a probate specialist. He's been doing it for 30 years. So most people think they have to go to an attorney to do probate, which is anywhere from, you know, $15,000 to $20,000. It can be actually more based on total volume of the estate. Bill can usually get it done for half to sometimes as much as a third the cost of what it is for someone to hire an attorney. So might be able to be something that you guys can find people that are in that probate arena that are trying to figure out what to do. And you might be able to say, hey, listen, if I could help you find someone that can get your cost down on this portion, and then you can list with me, I can help save you guys some money. So Kelly's got another comment.
He's also able to do it quickly, a lot of times not even having to go to court.
Yep. So the other thing is, because Kelly had to remind me, because I don't remember every day, I'm getting older, is Bill can actually usually do it quicker. He is a professional fiduciary. He can actually act as the administrator just to make everything super seamless. And usually we get stuff done in a couple of weeks. And Sacramento County is doing pretty fast right now. Placer County is a little slower. El Dorado County is even slower. If you have probates in Sac County, they're getting assigned in like 4 to 5 weeks. So just an FYI. So like I said, just want to share that with you guys. I will make sure Kelly makes these available in attachments. Remember that next week there is no Wednesday meeting. And for those of you guys that have people that are interested in becoming mentors or our agents, get them involved in our mentor program. Send me their name and information. I will get them included. See that we are offering so much value. They want to become a part of our team, and of course they would become a part of your team. So that's it. Any last minute questions?
Gary,
Yes, Tony.
I have a question. You were there last Thursday, right, at the PCAR training, Franco?
I was, yes, sir.
That guy that spoke, Eric Lofholm, are you familiar with him?
Yep.
Okay, he's doing a free class today on prospecting. I'm gonna check it out.
Yep. So if you guys haven't heard that, Eric Lofholm is actually one of the coaches. He's like a mindset coach, and he does a few other things. He works with Brent Gove, does his podcast. He is doing a class on Wednesdays at noon. So it's in 30 minutes right after this one. And actually, they're going to make you guys call your database. He is going to give you a little script. He's going to talk to you guys for like 5 minutes. Then he's going to shut everybody on mute. He's going to tell you, dial your database for 10 minutes. Then he's going to come back and say, hey, who got a win? Who got an appointment? Who got cussed out? Whatever it is. And then he's going to say, all right, 10 more minutes of calling your database. So if you need some accountability, the very first thing I mentioned, that might be a good class to go to from 12 to 1 today. And I believe it's for like the next 12 weeks. It'll get us through the end of the year. Remember, we're getting into fall time. We're going to get some weather changes. Interest rates are going up. It is going to be super important that we all as a collective group work harder. Call your database and smarter. I only know how to work harder. I don't know how to work smarter. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you all have a great week, and I will miss you in EXPCon, but I will send you video, I promise.